Hi all, thank you so much for joining us on the webinar today. My name is Mohammed and I'm one of the sales engineer at Vembu Technologies. So let's give it a minute, like about a few seconds here. We see attendees are joining in, so we'll stay connected for a few minutes and we'll start the webinar. Thank you so much. Please stay connected. Okay, thank you once again for joining us on the webinar today. So let's begin with today's webinar, which is on enhanced HyperV Backup using new Vembu VMBackup. All right, so let's before we begin with the webinar today, I just want you to I just want to be given a small update here, as all the joinees here are by default they are muted. Okay, so any questions you have in between the webinar regarding the webinar or the product, you can pose the questions, or you can just send the questions directly to us, and we will be answering you all the questions. All right, so as we said, today's webinar is on enhanced HyperV Backup using Vembu new Vembu VMBackup. And before we begin with, let's talk about the about the company. As Vembu Technologies, we founded in the year 2004, and we are a private company, and we have about 400 plus channel partners, and we have reached more than 60,000 businesses so far, and we are profitable since 2006, and we are headquartered in Chennai, India. And about the customers, we have 70% of our customers are from North America, and 20% from Europe, and rest 10% from other part of the world. Right, so the Vembu BDR suite. So this is the Vembu BDR suite is a one-stop solution to all your backup and disaster recovery needs, and this is specially designed for the small and medium business customers. So with the Vembu BDR suite, these are the product listed here which are available, which is the first one is VMBackup, which backup and replicates especially for VMware and Hyper-V environment. And then we have image backup, so it's for backing up like Windows PCs and servers, and backing up like performing a disk image backup. And then we have network backup. So this backup solution is for file and folder level backups for Windows and Linux environments, as well as we perform application backups like MS Exchange, SQL, SharePoint, and Outlook for Windows operating systems. And we have online backup. So this is a backup solution where you will be backing up, just installing the client on the source machine, and you will be backing up directly to the Vembu cloud. And this backup solution, the online backup, you can back up files and folders from both the Windows and Linux environment. So you can back up MS Exchange, SQL, SharePoint application from the Windows machines directly to Vembu cloud. And at the end, we have SaaS backup. So this backup solution is especially for backing up applications like Office 365 and Google Apps. And apart from the main products, we also have add-on products. For example, like we have Vembu Offsite DR is an add-on service to the Vembu BDR backup server. So Offsite DR enables you to keep an additional copy of the backup data on-site or off-site. So initially, for every deployment, we always recommend to have an on-site BDR server for Hyper-V and image backup. So for those servers, if you want an additional copy of it, you can use the Vembu Offsite DR product. And we have Vembu Cloud DR. So for all the locally deployed Vembu BDR servers, if you don't want to replicate it to your data center, and if you want somewhere on the cloud, we provide the Vembu Cloud option there, where you can replicate the cloud, the data from the local BDR server to Vembu Cloud. And we have Vembu BDR 360. This is a centralized management portal where you will be deploying it on each and every Vembu VDR local servers on the different customers' environments. And once you install this agent, the VDR 360 agent, it will allow you to monitor all the backup servers from one console. And we have a Vembu Universal Explorer. So it's an agentless software which helps you to restore individual items from Microsoft Exchange, SQL, SharePoint, and Active Directory databases instantly. So this tool can be used for instant granular recovery from Vembu VDR managed backups. So there's a question always, so why Vembu VMBackup? So in today's challenging world, backing up a virtual environment typically is more expensive, and it's very difficult to manage. So as we all know that it requires a fundamentally different approach. So the solution what we provide here is like Vembu VMBackup is exclusively designed for virtual environments like VMware, vSphere, and Microsoft HyperV by the experts in the industry. So Vembu fills a purpose here to be the best of breed technology and in providing manageable solution in affordable cost for both VMware, vSphere, and HyperV virtual machines, along with the application that resides in the system, and also it offers optional cloud disaster recovery. And the best part we have here is the recovery time objectives. The RTO with what we provide with Vembu is the best in the industry, which is less than 15 minutes. So you can perform instant virtual machine recovery. So this is the first option, which I mean, if once you back up the image backups of a machine, if you have a Hyper-V, a VMware, or a disk image, you can perform an instant recovery within like 15 minutes. So for example, if you, as we always recommend to have the Vembu VDR local server on a Windows 2008 R2 or a Windows 2012 R2. So these machines, by default, they have Hyper-V environment available there. So if you are backing up like your virtual environment like Hyper-V and VMware or a disk image, and you're backing up to a local VDR server where you have where the operating system itself is a 2012 R2 or 2008 R2, you can perform the instant boot from the web console of the Vembu VDR, and a machine will be up and running in just a few minutes. I'll show you in the later part of the demo how that works. And we also have instant file recovery so from the image backups, you don't have to wait until you perform like a complete recovery of a machine to perform the the simple files from that. So once you have the image backups on the local VDR server, you can do the you can mount the VHD files to the disk management, and you can perform the file and folder level restore. And finally, we have the Explorer for Microsoft Active Directory, Exchange, and SQL. So if you're performing like a backups of a virtual machine, if you're doing an image backup of it, and if you want to perform like granular recovery of Exchange or SQL databases, you can use the Explorer, which will provide the Universal Explorer, through which you can restore the from the databases. You can granularly restore the data in just a few minutes. And the recovery point objective, that is RPO, we offer like near continuous data protection without affecting the production environment. So we have automated backup and replication scheduling, and backup frequency, which you can set it up from 15 minutes. So you can assure the RPO less than 15 minutes. The backup verification. So for all the image backups here, the backup data should be recoverable. When you perform a backup, it should be a recoverable. If not, it's worthless. So Vembu provides the ability to run automatic backup verification for all the backup VMs. So backup verification can be automated to run post completion of every backup schedule or once in a day. So in the process, the booting of backed up virtual machine will be carried out, and the screenshot of the boot screen will be captured. This screenshot details will be sent to the administrator via email. So whenever you perform an image a backup of virtual machines, there will be a backup verification which will be happening in the backend of the BDR server. So it will take it will boot the machine. It will make sure that every job is consistent. So it will take the screenshot and it will send to the administrator via email. And we have the efficient storage management with Vembu BDR. So we use our own file system that is called as Vembu Hive file system to effectively manage storage repositories. So Vembu Hive is an efficient cloud file system designed for large scales backup and disaster recovery applications with support for advanced use cases. So Vembu Hive can be defined as file systems of file system. So here we support SAN, NAS, DAS, and we have automatically scale up and scale out the storage devices. So inbuilt version controls and error corrections are there in the storage management, and inbuilt compression and encryption will be happening whenever the backup data is being saved at the storage location. Alright, so we also support the migration plan here, like from physical to virtual and virtual to virtual. So here having to, if you plan to convert the machine from HyperV environment to a VMware environment, so it is actually very expensive. But here it's cost-effective solution with less downtime where we are offering and less workload. So Vembu has its inbuilt solution to all your migration plans. From Vembu supports instant creation of VMDK. So what that means is actually once you perform the backup of the virtual machine or from the Hyper-V or VMware, we provide instant creation of different file formats. For example, like for VMDK, VHD, raw files. So for the backed up virtual physical machine, so that user can instantly start migration from physical to virtual or from virtual to virtual. So we don't charge anything extra for these conversions, so because once this will be happening on the BDR server itself, so it's automated. Whenever the customer requires different type of formats, they can go ahead and they can download from the backup server itself. And this is the architecture here, a simple architecture of Vembu VMBackup. So you will be installing the Vembu BDR application, downloading from our website on the physical server, which can be Windows 2008 or Windows 2012 R2, or Windows 2012 as well. And we provide Windows 10 for evaluation purposes. So you can install the build directly from the website, and with the same website there is an inbuilt VMBackup proxy available under the Vembu BDR application itself. So once it's been installed in a physical machine, you will be provided with a web interface where you can go ahead and you can add the VMware or Hyper-V, the host with their credentials. And once it's added, it will be available to, like, the VMware or Hyper-V hosts will be listed on the BDR console, where it will list all the available virtual machines, and you can perform the backup. And this can be splitted into two. Like if you want an additional copy of it, either you can transfer it through LAN or WAN through the to the offsite DR server. So this will be an additional installation. If you need a copy of the local BDR server, you will be doing this. If you don't want to be in your data center or in your server a copy of it, you can you can enable the option to have it on a Vembu cloud. And there is a Vembu portal where you will be managing all your licenses and assigning licenses and assigning the usage. Everything can be managed from the portal. So it is a web portal. Once you sign up for Vembu, you will be provided with the portal login credentials where you can sign up, and every BDR server is registered with your credentials so that it will connect to the online portal in order to access the license information. So this is the simple architecture here. And lastly, we have like HyperV Backup. What are the option, the best what we provide here? So we provide like host level HyperV Backup is designed to actually protect Microsoft Hyper-V servers, and Vembu has developed its own proprietary driver to back up the Hyper-V VMs in an efficient manner, especially with up to 5 times improvement in performance over the backup softwares, other backup software. So Hyper-V backups use application-specific VSS writers to take consistent snapshots of highly transactional applications like Exchange, SQL, and truncate the the transaction logs files during the backup job. So it's an inbuilt option we have. Whenever you schedule a backup for a virtual machine, you can enable this application aware option so that the backup jobs, the snapshots will be consistently taken. And we have flexible and configurable retention policies, and backup multiple VMs in single backup job, or option to create multiple backup jobs within the group of VMs. So it depends upon the user. If they want, they can split the jobs into 2, where they can perform one set of job in a different 2 different backup jobs. And the hot backup ensures zero VM downtime, and support for Hyper-V clustered shared volumes is available as well. And we also call it an agentless Hyper-V backup. So as I said, it will be like one console which will be installed in in an operating system, in a physical operating system, the Vembu VDR. So from one console, you will be adding the Hyper-V host, and you will be able to manage backups and restore from the same console. So what it says here is like VM backup will communicate with Hyper-V production storage and backup the VM data. So VM backup works as a proxy between the hypervisor and the VDR backup server. So VM data will be compressed and encrypted on fly, and VM data will be compressed and encrypted at rest on the storage repositories as well. And this is how the backup actually works with our product. So it's just like a brief information on how the full backup works. So during the initial full backup from the host, Microsoft VSS service initiates the snapshot in the configured guest machines through Hyper-V integration services. So whenever you configure a Hyper-V host on the Vembu VDR server, there will be an integration services which will be pushed to the host, through which all the guest VMs will be listed on the VDR server for the backup. So once the snapshot completes, Vembu VMBackup client proxy will read the VHD files and transfer the data to the storage repositories. Right, and we also use this change block tracking. So after full backup, Vembu VMBackup CBD driver tracks, it will start tracking VHD files associated with the guest machine. So all changes in VHD files are efficiently tracked by the driver. So when an incremental is scheduled, it will do the block level changes alone will be backed up. So this improves the incremental performance and consistency of the backup. And this is a small demonstration on the quick VM recovery on Hyper-V through VMware and KVM. So this is actually the VDR server, and you have the host configured, and the virtual machines are backed up here, and the Vembu VDR storage is holding all the the virtual machines data. So we actually give an option like Vembu Virtual Drive, which will be available on all the Vembu VDR servers. So it's a drive where it will expose all the backed up data, as in the files to which through which the an available hypervisor. For example, if you have a Windows 2012 R2, you will have the Hyper-V available, and you will have KVM on the Linux server. And we also provide an option to share this Vembu virtual drive as an NFS share. You can enable the NFS share for this drive, and you can point this to be as a one of the data store on the VMware ESXi host, and by using that option, you will have the backed up virtual machines data, so you can instantly boot the machines. You can create the machines by just exposing the Vembu virtual drive on the VMware ESXi data store. So it's like instant boot. The backup VM on native or a remote KVM. So that's what it means. If you have Windows 2012 R2 or 2008 R2, you will have the HyperV already enabled there. So all the backup VMs can be instantly booted on the HyperV or on the KVM if it's a Linux based operating system. So I'll show you in the later part on the demo how it looks like the Vembu virtual drive and how the machines are getting booted on the available hypervisor. Right, so let's get into the demo. I'll show you the product demonstration here. Give me 1 minute. Okay, thank you so much for your time. And this is, I hope you all can see the screen. And this is the actual web console for Vembu BDR. So once you download the product from the website, and once it's been downloaded, this is how it will look like. And you got the option, the dashboard where you have multiple options available. So as we are looking for the HyperV backup today, so we'll show you a quick demonstration here how the host is added and how the virtual machines are being backed up. So once it's been deployed, you can go to backup and choose Microsoft HyperV. And here you will see there is an host already added, but normally if you want to add a new host, you will go here, add HyperV server, and it will ask you to enter the credentials. You can choose the type of the server you have. So here you can enter the credentials. So once the credentials are entered, once you save this, you will be able to see the host available for the backup. And once you're ready, you can go back to the HyperV option and go to backup now. And this will list you all the guest machines which are currently available on the configured host. So this is how it will look like, and here you can choose the virtual machines which you like to back up. You can choose either in the multiple manner, or you can select one by one, or it's depend upon you, and you can configure the backup, and you get the retention policies here, how frequent you want to back up. So as I was telling you, the RTO we provide is, the RPO is 15 minutes. So it's like every 15 minutes you can run the incremental backup for the configured virtual machines. So you can select the retention policies. So we also have like daily and weekly, and we also provide like the basic retentions for the option to merge the incrementals, and we also have the advanced retention, with GFS retention we call it as. So you can merge the daily backups, you can also merge the weekly or monthly, and you can configure the backup. And we also and as we talked about the application aware for the applications, if there are any applications running on the virtual machines, you can use this option, the application aware option, where you can choose the truncate logs immediately after every successful backup. And once the configuration has been entered, you can complete it, and you can give a backup name, and you can run the backup. So the backup will start running, and you will be able to see the progress bar on the dashboard. And once the backup is completed, you get different types of restore options. We have multiple restore options here. So we'll quickly show you some of the the best restore options we provide. So I'm just showing you from the from the VMware configured backup. So just bear with me. So in order to recover the backed up virtual machines, you can go to recovery, And over here you have restore options where you can also check the reports, and in order to perform the instant recovery, and in order to download into different formats, you can click the icon, the restore icon, and here you have instant recovery, the instant virtual machine recovery. So this is what I was talking about in the RTO section. We had this, so you can select the instant recovery, and actually first we have selected the backup, right? So let me show you again. So I'm going to recovery here, and here you got the backup jobs which has been configured, and I'm going to the icon, recovery icon here. So there is one machine which has been, I think there's only one machine which has been backed up, and you select the instant recovery. Proceed next. It will give you the option to choose the time and the machine. So currently I have only one machine configured for the backup, so it's just showing one machine here, and you'll proceed next. So as I said, this machine is actually a Windows 2012 R2, so you already have a HyperV available on this machine, so it's automatically listing the available hypervisor here, and you can provide the RAM, and you can proceed next, and you can confirm it. So once it's been confirmed, you can go to the the HyperV manager, and you should be able to see here the machine is being started, and you can give it about a few minutes, and based on the machine size, it will be up and running. So it's right now it's connected, and it's automatically, it is started. So you can just proceed further, and the machine will be up and running. That's it. So this is one of the recovery option we have, and then moving forward, we also have the other options. Okay, so that one was the instant recovery. Then we have like file level recovery. So what this will do is this will automatically attach the backup to the disk management. So you will be able to restore the files, available files, once it's been attached to the disk management. So similarly, like once you select the option, you need to choose the the versions which you would like to restore, and you can proceed with the restore, and it will automatically attach to the disk management here, and you will be able to see the disk which is virtually attached, and you can perform the restore. And then we have a download option where you can go ahead and you can download the backed up virtual machine into different formats. So here the formats is listed here, VHD or VMDK. So if you want to boot the machine on a HyperV environment, you can download it as VHD or VHDX. And for VMware, you can use the VMDK flat or VMDK option. And we also provide the raw image files in order to download into different formats. So these are the couple of options here available on the restore, but there is more. And you have storage management where you can manage your storage, and you can set the email reports for the server. And I'll show you one thing. So this is the virtual drive which I was talking about, and as I have already mounted a backup job there on the on the backup server web console, here is the the files. So automatically it will expose the files into different formats to instantly get it restored. And I hope you like the webinars today, and if you have any suggestions or any questions regarding the the product and the installation or the way it works, you can anytime you can go ahead and you can email the support team or the sales team if you have any sales related queries, and we are actually here 24/7 to help you with that. And as I said, we have the sales and the support team working in a complete business hours, and we also have a direct number. So in case if you got any questions here, and if you any questions on the product or the webinar, please reach us through the email or through the phone, and we will be happy to help you with that. I hope. Thank you once again for joining us on the webinar today, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.